All right, I think we might be live.
Yeah, looks like it.
Cool, let's get started.
Okay. Oh, I should have queued up some good Hunger Games music for this one. But welcome to our fourth reading of Quarantine, the Quarantine Quarter Quell. Woo! It's not all sad, but it'll be fun. All right. So for this reading, Green Buffalo Productions wanted to share some of the board's writing with everybody. So we shake it up a little bit, give our writers some time to edit their work, and come back next week with some new work. For those of you who don't know, this is Green Buffalo Productions. We are a new theater company in Western New York that specifically highlights new work, new artists, new actors and actresses, playwrights, all kinds of creative people. We want to make sure we can create and support a platform for new voices to be heard. Co-founders Madison Sedler, and myself, Ellen Shearer. And we are going to be having some plays written by the two of us, as well as our board members, Layla Gentil and Zach Hatrick, and his writing partner, Arash Amari. So we have everybody on the line today. So that's the two of us. And you'll see in just a moment, Layla and Zach. Zach is helping us run our stream because he's our pretty cool video guy. We're excited to have him online. Going forward with that, Maddie, you want to take the next thing?
Yeah, so welcome everyone. We're really excited to be able to bring you these broadcasts despite the current situation of what's going on in the world. So thank you so much for joining us today, and also thank you so much for all of your support. If you like what we're doing at Green Buffalo Productions, if you've been to some of our shows, if you got the chance to see the best show of 2020, Liquidation, considering it was the only one that did go up this year, if you have been joining us for these readings and you just really like what we're doing, we do have a Patreon. It just went up live, I believe, last week. Give us a little shout. We just started this Patreon, which is like a nice, fun way to subscribe to us monthly with like a small donation. We know times are tough, and we completely understand that this might not be something that, everyone can do right this minute, but we're hoping to use this money to help for next year to put up the productions that we have now had to cancel and move, and also to pay our actors and our creative teams for all the work that they do when we do have these big shows that go up. So that being said, there are a lot of fun little things that you can win, such as postcards that have been written out by the board members of GBP. We have other fun Alice in Wonderland themes things that will be going out as well. And we also have an exclusive podcast being written by yours truly in the format of The Bachelor. For those of you who watched The Bachelor, part of Bachelor Nation, that we are in production for. Right now we're writing out most of the episodes, and we will be hopefully recording demos by the end of the quarantine, which means that you'll be getting fun paradise related content by the end of the quarantine if you are exclusively part of our Patreon. We're excited about that, and we're going to have a really large, fun, big cast with that once everything kind of starts to go back to normal. So definitely take a look at our Patreon account. Give us a little shout, and a big shout out to Katie Schwebka, our very first patron. She came in and first one in the door, so she's lonely up here, guys. Let's give some love to Katie Schwebka for sure, and let's keep adding to this so that we can keep doing what we are doing and pay people what they deserve for all the work that they put into these shows. That being said, I'm going to just continue really quick to discuss Treading Water, which is another production that we had going up this year. This will be being moved to June of 2021. We're very sad that we had to move it, but we wanted to thank Scott Seifritz, who wrote the play, for being super understanding with us and signing on to work with us next year. Please keep a lookout for that. It's a really great show, very funny show with a really big message about grief and moving on and dealing with grief in different ways. Very funny, also very thoughtful. So definitely take a look at that when that gets closer next year. Layla, do you want to discuss Wonderland a little bit?
Absolutely. So Wander Through Wonderland is a show that I wrote and came up with about 4 or 5 years ago. And it is an immersive theater piece that is based on Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. It is an amazing piece that allows the audience to enter Alice's mind, and it deals with a lot of questions of mental illness and identity, and how this version of Alice finds herself in the world. I'm very, very proud of the piece. And also, unfortunately, due to COVID, it is being pushed to the 2021 season. But that does mean that it gives us more time to raise more funds to make this a bigger and better production. I'm hugely passionate about it. I really, really love this piece. If you have any interest in Alice in Wonderland, just as a topic to discuss, I'm always down to talk about it. But also, if you are interested in being part in a big immersive theater project, definitely get in contact with Green Buffalo Productions. We're always looking for more actors, especially actors who are willing to push their limits a little bit. So yeah, I'm really excited for it. I can't wait for it to go up. But next season, we'll see you then. And on to the next person.
Okay. Here. Okay. So the next thing we want to talk about, actually, Maddie, did you want to talk about Albert Hubbard a little bit?
Of course, my favorite guy, Albert. If you were tuned in last week, you saw me fumble at that name. It's not L. Ron Hubbard, it's Albert Hubbard. Two very different men. We are actually, Layla, Ellen, myself, Zach, our pretty cool video guy, as well as one of our friends of GBP, Deanna, are all part of this fun concept album called Little Journeys to the Homes of the Great. We are going to be having a festival in 2021 at the Roycroft Center. It's going to be a whole big, huge thing. We're really excited about it, and we're doing a logo design competition for it. There are 3 things that this must incorporate. It must incorporate the full title of the project, which is Little Journeys to the Homes of the Great. The second thing is the logo should incorporate the arts and crafts aesthetic of the Roycroft era. Let us know if you have any questions. We have different things we can talk to you about if you email us. And then 3 is any medium is acceptable, but the art must be able to be digitized and fit in a 500 by 500 pixel space. So if you take a look at either Liminal Space Ensemble, who is the group of musicians that we're collaborating with for this concept album, if you take a look at their logo, if you take a look at our logo, something that can fit in a little square that we can use to put on posters and to use to advertise for this experience. So give us a shout at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com if you're interested in the logo design competition, or if you have any questions just in general about us or Liminal Space Ensemble and this Little Journeys project that we're doing. Moving on to what it means to be human. Ellen, do you want to take that?
Sure. So this project is something we've been thinking about doing for a while, ever since we kind of became a company. Actually, we wanted to do something that was really community oriented and that was written by the community for the community. The format should kind of resemble Eve Ensler's Vagina Monologues, where there are many different pieces within the same production that talk about kind of some difficult issues. But the difference is, rather than having one person or just a couple people writing the story. The idea behind this is that we all write our own stories and put them together to create a picture about what it means to be human. So all these pieces are going to cover different kinds of oppression. So if you are dealing with something personally that you really want to get off your chest, I know it's kind of a difficult time. It might be a pretty emotional time for a lot of us. That could either be a really good writing situation for you. If it is, we really urge you to submit some pieces to us. We're accepting poems, monologues, spoken word, dance, music, short stories, short plays, even visual art. If you have somebody you want to collaborate with, there really aren't too many restrictions. We just always highlight Western New York work. So if you're in the area and you want to be a part of this, we really urge you to enter something. And again, even though it's a serious topic, a lot of these things are very serious. They can be either a serious tone or they can be humorous too. Because, I mean, if we can't laugh or make light of some things and, talk about them openly, then I don't know. I mean, I think it's a good thing if we have different kinds of tones. So the topics, some of them would be sexual abuse, poverty, harassment, healthcare, violence. Talk about health insurance. That's always fun. Any kinds of mental illness, race relations, gender identity, anything like that. Basically, just submit it to us and we'll try to fit it in. We're trying to create a full piece that has some depth and actually can mean some things to a lot of people. And the other difference with this show is that the proceeds will be going to a local charity. So definitely a not-for-profit situation with this show. Want to trade off, Maddie, to go to comedy?
Yeah. So to bring the room up a little bit, Green Buffalo Productions is having our first open mic comedy competition called the GBP Comedy Queen. It's going to be hosted by Rachel Tsari, one of our good friends of Green Buffalo. Just in general, she's great and super funny. We're looking for anyone female presenting to represent themselves and to fight for the crown. We do have a crown. There's a big old crown that you can win, as well as some cash that we are doling out to the winner. And if, you're new and you're not sure, we also have a fun audience favorite tiara that will be won where the audience will vote and the winner of that will get the tiara. We're really excited about this. This will be happening July 29th, hopefully, as long as we're not still stuck inside. But it's going to be a really fun night, and we still have a couple of slots open. So if you're interested in competing, please send us an email at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. Email us with your performer bio or just a general inquiry, and we'll get you set up with how to pay for your slot. There's also obviously an audience. If you're interested in coming to see it, please let us know and we will direct you to how to get tickets for this as well. Moving on to the Museum of Fuckboys, Layla.
Sorry, I had to unmute myself. So Museum of Fuckboys is a show that I am directing, written by a local playwright and poet, Justin Karcher. I'm very excited to be putting up this show. It is a look at a young man's approach to 3 different women in his life with the consideration that he is a fuckboy. So it kind of goes over what does that mean? How does he interact with these different women? And does he learn from his experiences as he gets older? It's a really great cast. It's small, 4 actors whom I love very dearly. I unfortunately have to also move it due to COVID. So now we are doing it in August. So it'll be nice and warm. Definitely come check it out. It is on the funnier side. So if you want to come see some really interesting, a really interesting play that goes into how patriarchy doesn't just hurt women, it also hurts men. It's a really great play. I'm very excited to have it go on, and also to support a local playwright like Justin Karcher. So yeah.
All right. We're also doing the 48-hour film project this year. I know you guys are probably so sick of hearing me talk, but we're doing the 48-hour film project again this year. Buffalo has really boomed within the past couple of years with this competition. It's international, and you have the chance to have your film be shown not only within the United States, but out to the whole world. It's an international film competition. We are doing it again, and if you're interested in joining our team, please shoot us an email, greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com, with the subject line 48-hour film project, so that we know why you're emailing us, because there's a lot of reasons to. We're doing so many things. It's a really long 2 days of writing and creating a film and doing all sorts of fun acting and general rallying the troops kind of things, but we are always looking for more help, especially behind the scenes. So if you have any interest in filmmaking of any kind, please let us know. We'd be happy to talk to you about what we're looking for still in our 48-hour team. As long as, again, it still goes up. Those weekend dates it's the first weekend of August, so whatever those dates are. So just give us a shout if you're interested. And on to Spooky, our favorite.
Oh, okay. So we've been doing this event every year since we've become a company. So it'll be our third one. So very exciting. Spooky One Act Play Festival. It's all written again by local playwrights, whether you're new or old. We want to have you enter your work. Everything that we perform for this show is going to be spooky themed or Halloween themed or fall themed. All the plays are 10 minutes. And we'd really like you to submit those as soon as you can. I know that we've had a lot of delays with COVID, but hopefully we'll be back on track by August, September, October. Keep your fingers crossed. The deadline for this right now is August 31st. This is really just a fun show that we like to do every year, and kind of just take a little break and have some fun. Sarah asked a quick question in our little group. I forgot to give you a deadline for the oppression plays as well. Our soft deadline is the end of May. So we're looking to kind of get a good draft in by the end of the month. But then again, staying flexible. If it takes a little bit longer, we'll see what happens. But that's our first deadline for what it means to be human. Back to Spooky real quick. So yeah, submit your scripts and a short author bio in PDF form if you could. Again, if you're new or old to it, we really want to see what you've got. They usually end up being pretty funny, these plays. So if the goofier the better really is the rule of thumb for this one. And then I guess I'll just finish up with Buffalo Theater Workshop just to get to the show here. We actually just had our first our Buffalo Theater Workshop meeting of the month yesterday, and we did it over Discord. We usually meet in a coffee shop or a public space so that we can meet with new people and gather people around and talk about new plays. We really love to do it every month. If you are working on something and you need some extra outside thoughts, you need some extra eyes on the piece, please send it to buffalotheaterworkshop@gmail.com. This little organization was founded by Emma English a little bit ago, about a year ago, because she wanted to make sure that new work was getting out there, just like us. So we thought, let's pair with her. Let's help her out. Let's make sure that we can keep growing this Buffalo playwriting community, but not just plays. We've talked about screenplays, we've talked about micro screenplays, one-act plays, musicals, basically anything that you can perform. We want to help you get that ready for production, because what good does your script do in your desk? We want to see it on stage, behind the screen. All right,
so let's kick things off, I guess, right now. So this is a very special quarantine quarters for us, especially. Ellen, Layla, myself have all been partaking in these challenges, but obviously we like to pick the work of the people in the community over ourselves. And because this is the fourth one, we thought it might be fun to pull out our work that we've been working on for this stuff. So these are from all different quarantine quarter Quell or quarantine quarter readings that we've each submitted to. So we're going to start the night off with Ellen Shearer's I Got Your Back. Oh boy, I'm reading the stage directions for this. I sure hope I can talk.
You've got your back.
I've got my own back. So we have I've Got Your Back by Ellen Shearer. We have Drea being played by Sarah Hill. tonight, the understudy for Drea, Sarah Hill. We have Kate being played by Sarah Emmerling tonight, and I, Madison Sedler, will be reading your stage directions. So if I can just see Sarah, oh gosh, it's two Sarahs. Both Sarahs look like they're ready to go. Oh no.
I just laughed out loud when you said that.
All right, let's get started. So at Rise, lights up on Drea in her apartment. She has just moved in today, so she doesn't have much. A beat-up couch, a floor lamp, and a few boxes sit center stage. Drea is seated on the couch reading a copy of National Geographic. There's a knock at the door, and Drea looks up, confused. She isn't expecting company for another few hours. She's expecting a few friends and her sister, Kate.
Oh, hey.
Am I late?
It's 6 p.m.
So, yes.
As you can see, there's no one else here, so I'd say that you're, in fact, incredibly early.
Looks at a pineapple in Kate's arms.
Is that for me?
What? Oh, yeah. I thought it would be a nice apartment warming gift.
Okay.
It stands for hospitality and friendship. It's adorable of me, if I do say so myself.
Kate lets herself into the apartment.
I have no way to eat this. All my kitchen stuff is still at the old place.
You're not supposed to eat it.
Are you serious?
Yes.
What am I supposed to do with it? Stick it on a bookshelf?
Yeah, that'd look nice.
Kate looks around the apartment.
I guess I better get you a bookshelf, too.
Dear Lord.
So, this is the new place, huh?
Kate starts to look around the bare apartment.
Yeah.
Kate starts wandering through the apartment.
What? What's wrong with it?
Nothing.
Spit it out.
Kate reaches the opposite end of the apartment.
It's...
Searches for a way to say shitty more politely, and then catches a glimpse outside of Kate's window.
Oh my god. I think there's someone selling drugs outside your window.
It's probably just my neighbor, Alyssa. I noticed her apartment was pretty potent this morning while Mom and I were bringing up boxes.
Great!
Oh my god.
What?
Nothing. You're just super ready to hit on this place.
No, I'm not.
Yes, you are. When I told you I was moving here, you texted me back with a puke emoji.
Oh, well, excuse me for worrying about my baby sister getting mugged outside her own...
I'm not gonna get mugged.
How do you know?
This neighborhood is safe, Kate.
Mm-hmm.
I did research.
You're not going to be more specific than that?
Okay, you got me. I didn't do any research, but I checked it out with Mom before I signed the lease. There's this cool record shop around the corner with this laundromat right next to it. I can't believe I'm going to say this, but I can't wait to do laundry so I can have an excuse to go check it out. Oh, and there's a park just a few blocks away, too, so I can work on my nature shots. Here, check these out. I took them this morning.
Drea grabs her camera out of one of the boxes and goes to hand it to Kate. But Kate is looking out the window again. She's still thinking about the drug deal going on downstairs.
How about this Lissa character?
Not too much, but she seems nice.
We missed you at the hospital.
I know, I'm sorry, but
It's been weeks.
my schedule makes it hard.
I guess.
I work nights at the restaurant. Sometimes we don't get out until 4 in the morning. I'm sorry I can't be there as often as you.
Yeah. I know you are.
Kate sits down on the couch and sees one of Drea's magazines laying next to her. She picks up the magazine and starts to read it. There's a long pause.
Why didn't you go to the interview?
How did you...
Mom called me last night. She may have been cool as a cucumber this morning, but she's worried about you living here, especially if you're going to be here on your own without a steady paycheck.
I have a steady paycheck. She worries too much. I'll be fine.
I set that interview up for you.
Yeah, I know.
Did you forget?
No.
So why didn't you go?
I'm sick of doing things just because other people want me to do them. I'm tired of the little voice in my head that's always asking me, What would your mother say about that every time I make a choice that, let's face it, you wouldn't have made?
What are you talking about?
Oh, come on! Mom is constantly comparing us.
No, she's not.
Yes, she is. How could she not? You're the golden child.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You've had a steady job since you graduated from school. You've gotten every promotion you've gone out for. You're making money, and you're literally able to save it. You're actually able to save it. Chris, you just bought your own house out in Williamsville.
If you want me to help you get back on your feet,
That's not the point. I'm not beating myself up for not having what you have right now. You and Mom think I'm throwing my future away or whatever, but I'm not. I don't want to work at a bank. I'm not you. I know what I can handle, and I know that I can afford this apartment in this neighborhood. So I'm going to live here, and I'm going to get serious about photography full time. I've always loved it, and I put it off for years, so I'm finally going to jump in. I'm just going to do it. I just want you guys to trust me.
well, I think that's great.
Do you?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's great that you're excited about something. I've been climbing the corporate ladder for over almost 10 years. I forgot what it's like to be excited about a new career.
I thought you loved your job.
It's a good job. I'm stable and I'm thankful for that. It's just that every day I spend my 8 to 5 scouring loan applications for all kinds of people who are trying to get back on their feet. And it feels really good when I can help them out with like lowering interest rates and extending deadlines. But with the economy being what it is, I have to say no to more and more people. It's exhausting.
Does anyone else feel this way?
I seem to be the only one. Like the other day, I was reading this woman's application for her to open up her own tutoring center. The proposal was awesome. She didn't need to go into so much detail on a small business loan application, but I could tell she couldn't help herself. She was just so excited to talk about it. She grew up in Black Rock, and her school's English program really lacked creative writing resources. She said she just wants to make sure the kids there have more options than she did. But I had to deny her. Well, basically because she didn't have enough collateral. She didn't own a car or a home or really anything else. I emailed a proposal to my team and my supervisor to see if anyone could help me find something that would help her. But they didn't even read my email.
They just don't care.
I guess not. And I just don't understand it. Most of us were hired together. We talked about how we studied business and financial planning for the sake of the community. I'm surrounded by strangers I thought were my friends. I thought we all shared the same goals. But really, we're all just people who sit in the same building for 8 hours a day. I guess I just thought it would be different.
You don't have to stay there.
Yes, I do.
But there are other ways you can help people. This job is making you miserable.
I don't have the luxury of following my dreams.
All right, what's that supposed to mean?
Nothing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just that somebody has to pay for Nana's chemo. She's on a fixed income and Mom can't exactly afford it on her own.
Oh my God, have you been paying for everything? I had no idea.
Not everything, but a pretty good chunk of it.
I can start pitching in.
How? You just said you can barely afford this place.
No, I said that I can afford this place. I'm not making a killing, but I've been picking up some extra shifts at the restaurant. I can spare a little bit. Hopefully, I'll start taking enough good photos that magazines like this will want to buy them.
Probably going to take a while.
Only time will tell. Looks like Lissa's all on her own out there. She might need a hand.
That's all I need.
Relax, I'm kidding. I'd be a terrible drug dealer. I am far too chatty. Although I might start doing drugs more often if you're going to keep coming over here. You stress me out.
There's an uncomfortable silence.
Really?
What?
You're seriously taking drugs?
I'm not taking drugs. But yeah, I'll smoke a bowl every once in a while.
I can't believe this. First you blow off the interview and now you're on drugs.
Kate, it's just weed. It's perfectly safe. And our grandmother has a prescription. It's literally a drug for grandmas.
That is completely different, and you know it. Nana is going through chemo. She's taking medical grade marijuana so she doesn't have to feel like shit 24 hours a day, and so she can keep her food down, which is not the same as buying that illegal stuff on the street. How do you even know that's what you're getting?
Drea starts laughing to herself quietly while Kate is talking.
What the hell are you laughing about? Are you even listening to me? You're not listening to me.
I just thought of a killer slogan for medical marijuana. Cannabis. It's for the grandmas.
Hilarious.
I know Nana has cancer. You don't have to remind me every 5 minutes.
Kate pulls a broken green crayon out of her pocket.
I realized this was still in my pocket when I left the hospital the other day. Nana and I were coloring together. She loves to color while she watches.
Price is right.
Yeah.
Kate,
Don't tell me everything's gonna be okay.
I'm not going to do that.
Good.
It's going to be a hard couple of months.
What if she doesn't make it?
What if she does? Kate, you can't stop yourself from living just because you're scared.
I'm not. I just have to stay at the bank long enough to get her through treatment.
If you think that's what you have to do, then I support you. But you don't have to stay at a job that makes you miserable because you feel like you have to take care of Dana on your own. I told you, I can get a second job to help pay the bills.
Kate starts to protest.
I'm not talking about weed. I told you I wouldn't make any money. I was thinking the record store might be a fun place to hang out. I think I saw a help wanted sign in the window.
That might be nice.
See? You can trust me to figure things out here, and I can help you get out of that job, too. You may have the corporate connections, but I'm your girl on the ground. There are a whole bunch of volunteer organizations in Buffalo that could use your financial know-how. Granted, the pay won't be nearly the same as what you're making at the bank, but you'll have options. You're definitely qualified.
I don't want to have to sell my house.
No big deal. You could just move in with me.
Kate takes another look around the apartment.
No thanks.
Why not? I've got an air mattress in one of those boxes.
Drea, I'm 32. I can't sleep on an air mattress anymore. If I have to move in with anyone, it'll probably be Mom. She's got the extra bedroom.
Like I said, you'll have options. We'll figure it out. The first step was convincing yourself you're ready to move on.
I think you're right.
No matter what, I've got your back.
Hey,
Yeah?
I really do think it's great. You moving in here, committing to photography.
Yeah, you're just saying that because I'm going to help you.
No, I mean it. I'm really proud of you.
Thanks. I thought I'd be, I don't know, limiting myself if I tried to get a job in photography these days. I mean, everyone thinks they're a freaking photographer all of a sudden. It's Instagram's fault. If I see another overexposed photo of avocado toast,
Drea realizes she's about to step on a soapbox. She switches gears.
Anyway, I started to realize that the more I put off taking photos, the more I was limiting myself. So I just decided to stop doing that.
Just like that, huh?
No, the imposter syndrome never really goes away, but it's a little more manageable now. It sounds more like an old friend reminding me that I'm just as capable as everyone else. I mean, we're all frauds when you think about it. We're all just making it up as we go.
I suppose you're right. It'll take me some time to get there. I'm not so into going with the flow like you are. All right, well, I hate to do this, but I've got to get going over to see Nana. I haven't been there a lot today. I came over here right from work, so I didn't miss the party.
I'll come with you.
Aren't you expecting people?
Yeah, but knowing them, they won't show up till 10 or 11.
Why?
They're all from work. It's an open secret that restaurants workers are nocturnal.
Drea grabs her wallet and keys. She looks around the apartment and sees the pineapple. She picks it up.
Hey, let's bring this. I think Nana could do with some hospitality and friendship.
I think you're right.
Blackout. End of play. Yay! Thank you so much to the Sarahs, Sarah Squared, Sarah Hill, and Sarah Emmerling, great friends of Green Buffalo, and great job, Ellen, co-founder of Green Buffalo Productions. What a great play!
Oh, thank you. It's very weird to hear it out loud.
You're
Not
welcome.
normal for me.
We're gonna go on to the next one.
Yeah. Okay. So next is Take Her. I don't think you had to sing it, but I did. So this is by Layla Gentil, and a fun little play with some new actors. Yay! Okay, so let me get everybody in here so that I can introduce you. Okay, Billy is going to be played by Danelle Adler. Layla, remind me. I want to make sure I say this correctly.
Samael.
Samael will be played by Katarina Valentine. Spike will be played by Brett Broman.
Hello.
Customer 1 will be played by Sean Cheeky. Customer 2, Joe Tenebrusco. And I'll be reading stage directions. Okay.
Check.
Empty record store with a closed metal cage as the door to the rest of the mall. Stage left. Samael unlocks the cage, has it halfway open, and enters the store. She turns on the lights, goes to the cash register, and opens the till, taking a quick peek inside. A few seconds later, Billy walks in, taking off her coat. Samuel doesn't look up, but starts counting the money in the register.
Good morning.
Morning. Do you mind opening the gate? I just wanted to check the till first.
You've got it, boss.
Billy turns and cringes to herself. Samuel stops, counts for a second, looks at Billy, shakes her head, and then goes back to counting.
Did you get coffee on the way here?
Oh, no. I forgot. I'm sorry. I can run and grab some.
Don't worry, Spike will be here soon, and hopefully he'll bring some. Could you go to the back and grab the delivery from last night? I want to get the inventory in.
Okay.
Billy goes to the back. Samuel finishes counting the register and closes it when Spike enters with a tray of 3 coffees and a box of donut holes.
Ah, my guardian angel.
Thank you. Thought you might need it. Here's the gig. Heard the gig was awesome last night. Sorry, I couldn't be there.
Oh, it's fine. A house party for 30, so it could have been better. You didn't miss much.
I heard Quince got his head bashed in by some Trump supporter.
No, is he going around saying that? He hit his own head when he was trying to shove his equipment into the van while blasted. I had to use a bunch of napkins from the bar to stop the bleeding. I can't believe he told you that.
Well, gotta admit it, his story sounds better.
Yeah, but...
Billy comes rushing in, no more coat on, with her arms. Clearly should have carried them one at a time. Samuel rushes to Billy and grabs the box.
Cool it, Hercules. How many times do I have to tell you? It's better to just carry the boxes one at a time rather than break your back.
Well, they weren't heavy when I started.
Billy and Samuel start unpacking the records and putting them into the system. Spike is going through the sale bin.
So, should I throw on some tunes?
Wait, I was up to pick. There's a new record from Code Orange that I want to put on.
Who's that?
They're a hardcore metalcore band from Pittsburgh, kind of like Nine Inch Nails meets Knocked Loose. Thought it would be cool to give it a spin.
Billy looks to Samuel, who is scrolling on her phone.
I was going to buy it anyway.
Sure, just as long as it's nothing like that weird accordion music you played the other day.
That was 2 weeks ago, and it was Zydeco music. I thought it was a good fit for Mardi Gras.
Billy takes out a brand new record from the box, breaks the plastic seal at the lip, keeping the shrink wrap and hype sticker still intact. She slides the record out carefully and puts the record on. Code Orange's Underneath starts playing.
I heard you say to Spike that the show went well.
It could have been worse.
Got another one coming up?
Yeah, on Friday, we're opening for Soul Patch.
Sick. I love those guys. House show?
No, it's actually in the rec room.
Hey, that's a bigger venue. That's great.
Yeah, it'll be fun. Buried Alive is doing a secret reunion that night. Don't tell anyone.
Really? That'll be so cool. I've never got to see them play. Who knows how long their reunion will last? I'm gonna have to go.
Hey, so would you want to come to the show? I can get you in for free.
Totally.
The question was clearly meant for Billy. Samuel glares at Spike for a second, but then goes back to the inventory.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that would be really nice of you. I mean, I would go anyway, but if you wanna, if that's okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, of course.
Yay! I love Buried Alive. And I can see you play too? I can't wait.
Yeah, great, cool.
Billy takes the inventory of records and starts putting them away, a little smile on her lips. Spike goes to Samuel, trying to be smooth, but it is very obvious.
I thought that you wanted to keep everything, professional. Not getting all lovey-dovey, are you?
I can invite her to a concert, can't I? It's a platonic invite.
Just be careful, dude. Don't want to break your own rules.
Shut up.
Billy walks back to the counter.
What are you two whispering about?
I didn't want to hurt your feelings about this song. It sounds a bit like a nightmare.
It's just the intro. Give it a few. Aren't you supposed to be somewhere anyway?
Mike can handle it.
Mike.
The new guy. I'm training him.
Sure looks like it.
He's gonna be fine. You've got to learn the hard way. Plus, I have my radio on if he needs me.
Samuel, I'm so glad you're my boss.
There's a slight awkward pause, but then Billy rushes to put more of the inventory out and put the records away. Samuel does the same, but on the other side of the store, customer 1 comes in.
Hey, I'm here for an order. I called yesterday about the Kiss records.
Right this way.
Customer 1 follows Samuel to the counter to look at the stack of Kiss records. He points to the record that is being played.
Hey, what is this?
Code Orange's new album, underneath.
It's really good.
Told you.
You've got another copy?
Samuel looks through the box, but doesn't find one.
Billy, did you already put this one out?
Nope.
Samuel looks through the paperwork.
Damn, it must have been a typo. I thought I ordered 10, but it looks like we only ordered 1.
I don't mind buying an open copy.
Samuel looks at Billy, who struggles and motions to go ahead. Samuel stops the record, puts it in the sleeve, and cashes out customer 1.
Thanks.
Have a good one.
Spike waits until the customer leaves.
Oh, thank God. I thought that was going to destroy my eardrums.
Shut it, Spike.
Well, it's my turn.
Spike goes to the Q section and grabs Queens of the Stone Age villains and puts it on. Billy rolls her eyes but doesn't say anything. Spike listens for a second, then turns to Samuel.
Oh, I'm going to get a tattoo of the little characters they created on this record. The same ones from the merch they made for that touring cycle.
What would your mother say about that?
Well, I was going to get it on my hip, so she probably wouldn't say anything.
I want a tattoo.
Really?
Spike goes into his backpack while the following happens and breaks out a can of Spam, taking out a fork as well. He opens the can of Spam, pops a donut bite in his mouth, and then eats a bite of Spam.
Yeah, I just don't know what I want yet, so I've been waiting. I want to be sure.
Art, it doesn't come off,
I know how tattoos work.
Just saying, I have a few that I'm not super proud of.
Yeah, but you're covered in them.
Well, when you decide, let me know. I've got a few friends, and I could get you a little bit of a discount. It'll be still expensive.
I know. I've been saving and
Billy and Samuel stop talking and stare at Spike while he continues to eat Spam and donut bites. Spike notices they stop talking and looks at them.
What?
How high are you?
You know me. Ain't no poison in this bod.
Then what the hell are you eating?
What? I wanted some protein. It's really not that bad. And it all ends up in the same place.
Yeah, but you don't drink orange juice and then brush your teeth right after just because it's efficient, you fucking weirdo.
Spike shrugs and continues eating. Billy pretends to gag and then goes into the back room, grabbing an extra box as she leaves.
Why do I let you hang out here?
It's a free country. And you secretly like me.
In your dreams, Spike. If a customer comes in, you have to put that shit away.
Deal. So, when are you gonna ask her out?
Spike, shut it!
Samuel looks back to the back room but doesn't see Billy. She goes around the corner and gets in Spike's face.
I'm not asking her out.
Just because she works for you? She clearly likes you.
Doesn't matter. She's young and is still learning about herself, and I'm old and own a fucking record store in a mall. For Christ's sakes. She can do things with herself. It's too late for me. I can't do that to her. How would that be fair?
Oh, dude. You think way too much. Just enjoy the present and ask her out.
Billy comes back into the store with a full box and starts putting records into the bins. Samuel goes back to the counter, glares daggers at Spike, then returns to working on the inventory. Spike just looks back and forth between them, enjoying the little secret. Customer 2 enters, browsing through the bins.
Looking for anything specific?
No.
Well, if you need anything, let me know.
Sure, hon.
The Hun clearly ruffles Billy's feathers, but she doesn't say anything and goes back to putting the records away. Customer 2 heads to the counter.
So, notice that you have no tool records.
No, we do. I'll go check in the back.
Samuel exits to the back room.
I'll be honest, I wasn't crazy about their last record.
What are you talking about? Maynard is a fucking musical genius.
Ah!
I mean, Rush and Faith No More were huge influences on him, so yeah, he's good.
So, his concerts are like religious experiences.
When you've seen one of them, I mean, they're kind of all the same thing. Just a crash grab. It's just a cash grab.
What the fuck are you talking about? I bet you haven't even heard any of his older stuff.
Samuel comes back with a few tool records, but stops to watch the scene.
Not that I have to prove myself to you in any way, but Opiate was some of the best and heaviest shit that he created. But Fuser and Perfect Circle are way better. Categorically.
Don't try to hurt yourself, sweetie.
Look, I know you know a lot about music, but maybe listen to a little of the Melvins or even King Crimson before you try and act like you know anything, sweetie.
Spoken like a true inferior fan. I won't be coming back to this new store. I've known better to come to a record store in this fucking mall.
Customer 2 storms out. Pause. Then Samuel slow claps. Billy turns around, surprised, finishing.
I'm so sorry, Samuel. I shouldn't have said anything. He was just so rude and patronizing.
That was badass.
Billy blushes.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it was a little show-offy, but you totally ripped him apart.
I'm really sorry I made you lose a customer.
I wouldn't want his money anyways. Don't sweat it.
Billy and Samuel smile at each other. A loud ping is heard from Samuel's phone on the counter. Samuel starts and rushes to the counter, checking her phone.
What?
I won an auction for a Marilyn Manson limited edition VHS.
Dude, you don't even own a VCR.
That's not the point.
How much?
Guess.
Price is right?
Yeah.
Ugh. $80.
120.
Yeah, that's like about on the nose, Billy. How'd you know that?
I'd been looking at it.
Do you even know what a VHS tape is?
Do you even know what a VH tape is? I was born in the 90s. Anyway, it's a really cool collector's item. It looked like a Bible. I just thought it was going to get swiped from me, so I didn't even bid. I'm glad you got it.
Thanks. I can show it to you when it gets here.
That's really nice of you.
Spike grabs his spam and backpack with a cough, breaking the silence.
Well, I heard my radio. I'll see you two later.
Oh, okay. See you in the afternoon?
Of course! Gotta have your second dose of caffeine. I just gotta make sure Mike hasn't quit yet. See you, losers!
Spike leaves and Billy returns to putting the records away with Samuel, puts the Tool records in the bin they belong to.
So, what are your rules?
Huh?
I heard you talking to Spike.
You heard that?
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to eavesdrop.
Not, don't worry, it's just a pact I made with myself.
I'm guessing it's not to date employees?
I'd seen Spike do it a couple of times, and it always ended in shit, and you're such a sweet girl, and
I'm not a girl. And I understand, but what if...
Samuel holds her breath.
What if I like you?
I mean, I just...
I'm sorry, I shouldn't have said anything.
Billy goes into the background. Samuel looks stunned. Billy comes back in with an armful of backstock and starts putting away records as far away from Samuel as possible.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make it weird. I'll give you my two.
Billy.
I know you're older, Samuel, but I really don't care. I like you. I really do. But that's clearly an issue, so it'll just be easier if we pretend this didn't happen. I'll work my 2 weeks and you won't have to see me again.
Need you here.
As a worker...
Samuel gently approaches Billy, who continues to put stock away.
As a worker, as a friend.
I was thinking more than a friend. But only if you want to, and you could always say no.
Billy quickly turns and kisses Samuel. Samuel puts her arms around Billy.
Yeah, wanna be my...
Whatever.
Lights dim on Samuel and Billy kissing. Hey, end of play. Oh, so sweet. Great job, everybody. Let's move on to Now Then.
All right, that's me. So Now Then, written by Madison Sedler. We have Michelle being played by Zoe Kyriazis, Joan being played by Marissa Del Vecchio, Agnes being played by Suzanne Fata, and I'll be reading the stage directions. So I just want to make sure everyone's good and ready. And it looks like it. Okay, so we'll get started. At Rise, the tunnel underneath the Sunny Skies retirement home is mostly empty aside from the cobwebs, dirt piles, old boxes, mostly used candles, and a lone broom. It has not been touched in decades.
Holy shit.
It's real.
I told you it was real, Elaine. I don't understand why you don't believe me.
Michelle, Joan, and Agnes enter. Michelle carries a large tote bag that is weighing her down. Joan carries a normal-sized purse and is munching on the first half of a fortune cookie. Agnes is in her best-looking shawl. Agnes takes a seat on the boxes.
Because, Grandma, my name isn't Elaine, and half of what you say is, well...
Bullshit.
Joan.
It's true.
Elaine, that's just how Gertie is. You can't yell at someone for being themselves.
Elaine. Just let Gertie have her fun.
Will you stop that? Grandma, 100th time. We are not Elaine and Gertrude. We are your granddaughters, Michelle and Joan.
Who?
Come on, Grandma.
Hopeless Shell. She doesn't know who we are.
She's in there somewhere, Joni. You just have to have a little faith.
Faith.
Joan eats the second half of the fortune cookie and unrolls the fortune.
You see a light switch or anything?
Underground tunnel? From what? The 50s? Did they even have electricity that far back?
Being an ass.
Miss, can you leave the mouth on this one?
Honestly, Elaine, I don't know what's gotten into you today.
It was not the time to gang up on me, Joan.
Joan stumbled upon a mostly used candle. She quickly searches through her bag and pulls out a cheap lighter. She lights the candle and places it on the ground, proud of her work.
Why do you have that?
And to say was, thank you, Joni, for lighting the way.
Why do you have that lighter?
Joan pulls out a tightly rolled joint.
Is that?
Yes.
Why do you have that?
It's you and me. Pause.
Joan.
Right, Grandma?
It's illegal.
End of the world. Legal, illegal, it doesn't matter anymore. Besides, Grandma is so in the bag, it's not like she gives a shit anyway. She doesn't know what's going on.
It doesn't matter.
Huh?
Yes, Gertie?
Down here?
We're meeting M.
Joan.
Can you tell me who them are?
You know who they are, Gertrude.
Miss, I need you to jog my memory.
Joan, please.
The bad suits of Branson. Worse.
Bad suits of Branson, you say? Have you ever heard of the virus called rose influenza?
Oh, no, I don't think I have.
Going to scare her. Can you please stop?
Michelle, Grandma has finally gotten to the point of complete delusion. She's gone. Sit. Live in her little fantasy world.
Takes a look at the unread fortune again.
Long enough to open many fortune cookies. Isn't for Great Wall than a fortune.
It's bad luck, you know. Eating the cookie before reading a fortune. Since the dawn of time.
Time, or since that's the way I did it, so it must be the wrong way.
What are you talking about?
Every single flaw I have.
Don't do that.
Fucking annoying.
Joan, Grandma is right there.
Jane, leave Gertie alone. It's just us down here right now, but when the boys get here, you're gonna scare them off with that stick.
Stick.
One lodged up your ass.
Agnes.
Thank you, Gertrude.
Look, I get it. You're mad.
Clue, shitlock Holmes.
Joan, it's not my fault that there was a global pandemic and it ruined your last college hurrah or whatever, but we couldn't just leave Grandma here.
Oh.
It's basically the end of the world outside, and we'll be safe down here. You should be thanking Grandma. We wouldn't have found a place to hide if it wasn't for her. As long as it's just us down here, we won't get infected.
Oh, God, I get it. Shit, act all high and mighty the whole time. I'm going back up to civilization and begging for sweet rose influenza to take me.
Don't joke about that.
Joan pulls out a half-done Mad Libs book.
Seriously, Joan?
God, what now?
I told you to pack for the apocalypse, and you brought what? Weed and Mad Libs?
Weed and Mad Libs.
What about water? Food?
Boredom. And
You're unbelievable. You're unbelievable.
bring weed and Mad Libs. I brought weapons.
Oh, yeah? Let's see it.
Joan pulls out a pair of sharp metal chopsticks.
You are unbelievable.
They're sharp. I can stab some bad boys and it'll hurt. And mentally friendly. See? You can wash them and...
Is this a joke to you? Do you think this is a game?
Girls, you have to stop fighting. Going to scare off the boys.
Grandma, there are no boys.
And that's another thing. Where do you get off calling me grandma? You're older than me.
Quell opens her mouth to argue, but she can't yell at her grandma anymore.
Who are the boys we're meeting, Grandma?
Gertie, you know who.
The suits of Branson. Be more specific than that? Gossip with Grandma.
Well, truth is, I don't know which of the BSB will be coming.
Their love is all they have to give. Why don't think I can live? Rochelle, come on, you love the Backstreet Boys.
When I was like 5, there wasn't a global pandemic.
I hope Nick comes. He's the leader of their little group, and he's easily the best looking.
Are you hearing this?
He's the blonde one, the bad boy.
To be good girl, you get yourself a bad boy.
Joan. It's not right to give in to her, whatever she's doing.
Not hurting anyone.
It is. Yes, it is.
Not.
It is, okay? It's hurting me. Gone. I know she's been declining for years, but can't accept it.
This is what happens when people get old.
No, it's not. There are plenty of people in their 80s that remember their kids, remember their grandkids. It's our family, Joan. This is a burden we will eventually have to bear. Do you know how much fucking pressure that is? Doesn't it feel like there's a black cloud floating over your head ready to consume you? When I forget the date or can't remember the name of something, I am terrified that this is the beginning of the end, that my mind is ready to completely fail me.
You're 20.
What would happen to you without me? Especially now. You brought weed and chopsticks to defend yourself at the end of the fucking world. Why? Because you know I would be ready to take care of you. And I enable you. I brought extra shit for you because I love you and I want to get through this. If I completely lose it, what's going to happen to you?
I can take care of myself.
Yeah, okay. Sure, Joni. Sure.
Better with you. In a crisis.
Don't want to die. Sometimes I wish I'd never been born at all.
That's pretty profound, Elaine. Did you come up with that just now?
They're Queen lyrics.
The Queen came up with that? Of England?
Emma, Queen. Like, and long time ago.
I'd have to go farther back to get through to her.
The 80s were like years ago.
She thinks we're Elaine Murphy and Gertrude Cooper. They were her best friends when she was like age.
Do you know that?
Listened to the same stories throughout our whole childhood. Don't remember? Korean, you know? How she ever ended up with me and Gertie is beyond me, even to this day. Gertie Cooper, now there was a kid from the wrong side of the tracks. She was the youngest of 9, all boys, so she thought she was invincible.
Now, we all
Now we're all
graduated
graduated from the same
class. Yes,
ES 137 in the city of Branson.
Never left Branson. Why leave? We had everything we needed. A penny saver, groceries, and the occasional soda pop.
Diner
with the cutest soda jerk in town.
A
brand new movie theater called the Mega Cineplex. Elaine and
Gertie were
two totally
opposites.
Elaine was
always taking care of me and Gertie, making sure the two of us
didn't get into trouble. I never told Gertie this, but after my mother died, I went to live with Elaine for a time. My father couldn't afford to keep food on the table for himself, let alone a child. Murphy's took me in. That's why my son's name is Murphy, you know.
I don't know this part. Wait, your son.
Then there was Gertie, the most fiercely loyal person I had ever known. She got that from her family, 8 brothers. She was wild, and I mean wild. Always out to have a good time, which is why she was constantly in trouble. But did that girl love me and Elaine with everything she had?
Grandma.
Of course. We all got married and moved on and had our own lives. It didn't work out the way we planned.
What do you mean? Grandma, you...
That's why I always enjoyed spending time with you girls. After your mother passed, I took a lot of comfort in being around something so familiar.
Grandma, do you know who I am?
Of course I do, dear. And I love you both very much.
Michelle is on the verge of tears. Joan is shocked.
Now, you two take care of each other. You hear me?
Michelle nods as she holds Agnes's hand. Joan is still in shock.
Oh, Grandma, I promise I will. I'm so sorry, and...
Sorry about what, Elaine?
Beat. Michelle kisses Agnes on the forehead.
Bye, Grandma.
I don't know about you ladies, but I came here to meet with the boys of BSB, and damn it if I waste my good looks waiting around here with the two of you.
Agnes slowly gets up and walks deeper into the tunnel off stage.
She lived her whole life only to forget it.
Side.
Bright side.
Doesn't realize what's going on now.
That's the bright side.
Life. She'll die thinking she's 20-something. She'll be happy.
Yeah, guess.
Going.
Oh.
The end of the world.
Are we okay?
Only time will tell.
Belle and Brown take a deep breath and follow Agnes further into the tunnel. Blackout. End of play. Yay, thank you so much. That was awesome. And now we are going to go on to our last play.
I'm unmuted. Hello. Last play of the night. We just wanted to bring back Zach and Arash's Hell Hath No Fury Like a Writer's Block. Number 1. It's kind of hellish. Fire theme. We thought it was also a nice upbeat play to land on at the end here. So let's get started. Writer 1, played by, I can't remember who's who now. Oh my goodness. We've got Maddie and Sarah Hill back. Writer 1 is Maddie and writer 2 is Sarah?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I was guessing because I couldn't find the list. Okay, all right. At Rise, writer 1 and writer 2 enter. They both have notebooks and pens in hand. They are looking around the massive halls of their minds.
So this is a library of all our ideas.
Yeah, it's something of a representation of our collective subconsciouses.
What does that even mean?
I don't know, man. Just look around. We'll find something.
No, there has to be something here.
Ugh, how about Cyborg Hitler time traveler?
I think we might have too much going on there.
Okay. How about a sketch, right, called Mamma Mia, I got shot in a pizzeria?
All right, I'm on board. What's it about?
A mall cop who doesn't play by the rules shoots an unarmed Hispanic kid in a Sbarro.
Jesus, what the hell is wrong with you?
I'm like one line in and I have several to go.
What's the line?
Cocaine. All right, well, if you're so smart, how about you toss some ideas out there?
Let's recap what we're trying to do here. This play needs to be 15 minutes long and not be horribly offensive or a remake of Die Hard.
Okay. How about Paul Blart Mall Cop?
Especially not Paul Blart Mall Cop.
We could explore the ideas of self-identity with a struggling father stuck overseas during a worldwide pandemic.
Yeah, like if that would ever happen.
Okay. But, like, I want the joke at least in there that Dick's Sporting Goods are to malls what HPV is to the world.
What does that even mean?
Every goddamn mall has a Dick's Sporting Goods.
Oh, God, do I have HPV?
About 80% of the world's population does.
80%? I like those odds.
What would your mother say about that?
She wouldn't say anything. It would just be shame. So much shame.
Okay, we need to come up with something now. We've had this document open for like 2 hours and we basically only typed the word the.
SpongeBob reference?
You know it.
We should stray away from those as much as I love them. We can't just rip off SpongeBob the entire time.
Okay, well, now that's just my whole personality.
What about Vampires. Like something where they're all invading a mall and we call it...
Freaky Fang Friday!
Yes! I mean, no. Why would we call it that? It sounds like the title of a mediocre porn spoof.
Your life is a mediocre porn spoof.
No, but the plot is where several vampires take over key positions in a popular mall, and they kidnap several people during the day to feed on them at night. While a bunch of kids stay late in the mall arcade and they stumble onto the plot, they fight until dawn.
Okay, 2 thoughts.
Shoot.
I'm thinking Stranger Things meet the Lost Boys on that one.
Yeah, that was kind of the idea. So, you like it?
Yeah, I like it, but didn't you say it needed to be 15 minutes long?
Well...
And look, the idea is solid, but with an idea like this, we also have so many tropes and cliches we need to make sure we jam into the script. An awkward puberty romance, heavy reliance on the power of friendship, and at least 30 minutes minimum to retro nostalgia, even though a majority of it doesn't have or has no place in the plot, except for a few cheesy one-liners.
Point taken. Add it to our half-baked story ideas.
Back to the drawing board.
All right. We need a wholly original idea that takes place over 15 pages.
How does a plot unfold in 15 pages?
I silently ponder.
This should be easy. We're a couple of decently intelligent and moderately creative writers.
If by moderately creative you mean we're pretty good at remixing other more successful writers' ideas, then yeah, you're right.
That's what the greats did, though. Some of the best stories are just a grab bag of older ideas, and hell, we've come up with several already that work in any other situation.
So, are you saying you do want to do Die Hard in a mall?
Well, no, but I'm saying that it shouldn't be off the table. We just need to think smaller. What's something we both know a decent amount about?
They think silently once again for a few seconds.
Furries!
Detectives! What?
Writer 1 turns around, ashamed before thinking for a few more seconds.
Wait, did you say that this library represents our combined subconscious?
Yeah.
Do you remember how we got here?
Well, No, I don't.
Think, really think about how we got here.
I am, and I can't remember at all. How is this even possible?
Exactly. It isn't. We just walked in from over there and completely accepted that we needed to come up with an idea for this play. Totally overlooked the fact that somehow we wound up in a library that is a metaphysical representation of our minds.
Over where? There's nothing even around us.
We need to get out of here.
The two begin frantically pacing up and down the stage looking for a way to escape.
What are you doing?
I don't know. There's no way out of here. Oh, shit. What's your name? What's my name? I can't even remember who we are.
This is getting way too weird. There has to be some way to escape. Look in that filing cabinet.
Writer 2 runs to a filing cabinet, opens up the drawer, pulling out several cans of spam.
Nothing. It's just spam and... Wait a sec.
What? Please tell me it's a map or a phone.
No, it's a script.
Writer 2 pulls out the script and begins reading it.
Wonderful. That solves the problem that we deemed not very important.
Not very important due to us being stuck here.
Whoa. How did you...
It's all written right here. Everything that we can remember up until...
Until what?
Go to that shelf and pull out a Bible.
What?
Just do it. Trust me.
Writer 1 pulls the Bible off the shelf.
What the hell? Wait, what is going on? What's on the script?
All right. I need you to sit down for this. All of this isn't happening. It's all fake. Everything. Even us.
Whoa. That's heavy.
Yeah, that was in here too.
So, what are we?
We're just characters in this shitty story. This is so poorly written, we just keep making pop culture references and sex jokes.
I mean, that's what we do.
Because we were written that way. Our fate is sealed in these stupid pages.
So all of it. Everything is just predestined? Do we even write a story in the end?
No. It says here that we have to literally kill our darlings. I guess that's the message of the story.
Screw that. I'm not playing by their rules. What happens after we do that? Does this all just start again? Are we stuck in some kind of time loop? How many times have we done this right now?
Actually, we haven't. This is unwritten.
Wait, you mean I'm off book?
Yeah, both of us are.
What does that mean?
I'm not too sure.
A large explosion is heard outside.
What was that?
Is it possible that us going off script and discovering the truth about our reality is leading to the destruction of our world?
I mean, that's a pretty specific and probably accurate guess, but yeah, it's definitely possible.
Man, the director must be pissed that we were improvising so much.
Fuck the director.
More explosions occur outside.
Well, seeing how we are probably going to die in a few minutes, how about some music?
Sounds good. Grab one of those records from over there.
Huey Lewis in the News or Tom Petty?
Definitely Huey Lewis.
Great. Just one problem.
What's that?
No record player.
Shit. Well, what else is there to do while we wait for our inevitable demise?
Rider 1 removes a small airtight Ziploc bag from his pocket.
I have some goldfish in my pocket. Want some? They're a little smashed up, but they're still pretty fresh.
No, I prefer to not eat your goldfish crumbs before I die.
You're lost. I just had a thought. Why did the people who wrote us decide to include a copy of the script for us to follow?
Well, in the script, we use it to our advantage. Kind of like in Spaceballs, where they watch the movie within the movie.
Huh, brilliant.
Is it, though?
No, not at all. Kind of sucks that our destiny was written for us, though. What was the Bible for?
Some weird ideas about fate and how everything is pre-written.
Sounds lame. Think we'll ever escape?
Only time will tell. Maybe next time we do everything the way it's written in the script. Maybe we do something else and find a way out of this loop.
Well, till next time, Kimasabi.
Till next time.
Blackout. End of play. Oh, great job. Oh, I love that. It's so fun. Thank you, everybody, for joining us tonight. We really had a fun time. We liked having a bunch of new actors again. If you want to act, which is really reading in front of your computer screen, so it's super easy. So if you want to do it and you're new, please email us. Or if you really just want to get back to theater and can't leave your house yet, email us with that too. We'll be releasing the next writing prompt tomorrow at some point. So just kind of keep your eyes peeled, and we hope you write for the next one. Have anything to add?
Nope. Sounds great. Thank you so much for joining us, and we'll see you next week.
Woo!
Woo!
Happy weekend.